Just try to relax yourself, take in long deep breaths. Close your eyes and try to relax. Okay, open your eyes. We all have gathered here to learn something new. I would like you to ask, maybe take couple of minutes, write down 3 major challenges that you have in your life right now. In the notepad that is given to you, just put down some challenge. Maybe somebody has a problem in their job or with relationships or health, or in general, you are not having peace of mind. Just take 1 minute and note them down in your notepad. So typically what we have seen, the challenges that we have in our life, they can be categorized into 3 or 4 major groups. So you have a problem maybe in business or job, maybe it is related to your wealth generation capability. Then if somebody is okay here, they may have some challenges in relationships, friends, family members. If everything is alright, then maybe there is a health problem. For students, they are worried about education, what they want to do. And sometimes, a central question comes to your mind. What is the purpose of my life? Okay. So what we want to tell you today is the answers to all these questions is within us. The answers actually cannot be given by anybody else. They can guide you maybe along the way, but you have to find answers and the means to overcome these challenges. So that is our philosophy. So I will just show a small video which will explain this.
I'm just reminded of a small story, an episode from Mahabharata, where Krishna and Balarama go into the forest, and by then the sun had already set and it was dark, and it was a time when we did not have forest resorts for people to stay. So it seems Krishna came up with a proposal to Balarama. I will go to sleep and you keep watching me. Whenever you feel sleepy, you wake me up and I'll keep watching and you can go to sleep. And Krishna went to sleep. Balarama, who kept loitering to and fro, encountered a monster in the forest. And the monster screamed at Balarama. And Balarama, who was shaken up by the monster, shrank in size and the monster became bigger than Balarama. The monster screamed one more time. Balarama shrank even further and the monster became even bigger. One last attempt, the monster screamed at Balarama. Unable to take the might of the monster, Balarama screamed Krishna and he fainted. Hearing the call Krishna, Krishna woke up. Though Balarama had fainted, he mistook Balarama to be sleeping and Krishna started walking to and fro. So the monster, which had seen now a new person standing there, screamed at him one more time. And it seems Krishna, instead of being perturbed, stared at the monster and asked, "What do you want?" The courage of Krishna made Krishna expand and the monster shrink. The monster once again screamed at Krishna. Krishna again asked the monster, "What do you want?" The monster shrank even further and Krishna expanded even more. One last attempt, the monster screamed at Krishna and Krishna again asked the monster, "What do you want?" And the monster shrunk in size. The epic goes, Krishna takes that monster and ties a knot at the end of his dhoti and places the monster inside. The sun did rise and Balarama and Krishna began to walk. And as they were walking, it seems Balarama told Krishna, "You don't know what happened last night. A monster came and it was threatening us so much." Krishna gently took the monster out of his dhoti and showed to Balarama and asked, "Are you talking about this?" Immediately Balarama says, "But when I saw it, it was so big. How come it has become so small?" And Vedavyas, through the voice of Krishna, says, when you avoid what you must face in life, it becomes bigger than you and takes control over you. When you face what you must face, you become bigger than it and you take control over it. The monster here Vedavyas is referring to is all the challenges that we face in life. And Vedavyas want you and me to realize through the voice of Krishna, if you keep avoiding what you must face, these challenges become monstrous and they gain control over you. Instead, face what you must face and you become larger than it and you gain control over it. So when you realize the very challenges of life, the very experiences of life, the very tough times of life are not there, the furnace is not there to burn you, but to transform you into a glittering silver. The very purpose of experiences of life is to make you what you can be. So from now onwards, whenever you face anything in life, always remember, it has been given to you for a purpose, for you to become what you can become.
So with that thought, we will continue. See, we'll give a bit of introduction about ourselves. See, we are composed of two systems. One is the physical system, the body system, and then the second is the energy system. We know quite a bit about the body through medical science, our study of biology. Some of us are not aware about the energy body. So today we'll try and understand what is this energy body all about. So our energy comes from our soul energy, from our mind energy, from 7 named chakras, there are some minor ones also, and through our physical energy, what is our diet, what we eat, our lifestyle habits. So all put together, this energy is reflected in your aura. Okay. So about soul energy, we have evolved through time from being a mineral to plant to animal and maybe human, and continuously between these systems. So when I say mineral, I don't call it a rock. Mineral is something which has the ability to absorb energy and consciousness, retain it and reflect it. Okay, so you can say it has some degree of life. Then you are born as a plant, you spend some time here, you learn several lessons. Then you are born as an animal and finally as a human being. In human life, we are connected to approximately 15 to 20,000 souls. We take around 500 to 700 births in human life. So if I do a simple multiplication, we have some connection or karma attached with 1.4 crore souls. So the converse is also true. If one person is free from his karma, 1.4 crore souls are free from some form of karma. The multiplication factor works both ways. Now we'll see something on evolution of soul also. When you are born first from animal life, you are born as an infant soul. Somebody born fresh from the animal life will obviously try to follow the laws of the jungle. They resort to violence, they have fear for survival, so they become desperate. Once they learn some lessons over one life or several lives that this is wrong, this has to be corrected, then they are born as a baby soul. Now the baby soul is a bit of civilized, less fear, less survival issues. But then he has a tendency to correct these souls, catch them, make them right. After you spend some lives in baby souls trying to reform infant souls, you are born as a young soul. In young soul, you find out that this one-to-one interaction is not helping. Let me make a system out of it. So this is the first time people have some leadership ability or quality. Maybe a head of family or maybe a senior boss at a corporative. So they try and guide these people to the wisdom that this soul has acquired. All along in these 3 stages, he is focusing outward, at other people, at other souls. First time he reaches the stage of a mature soul, that is the first time he sees inward. Okay, these souls are fine, they are good, I am trying to change them. What about me? Where have I come from? What is my connection to the universe? So a lot of intense questions arise at this stage and he seeks answers. He or she seeks answers to these questions. And when that person gets those answers, he is born as an old soul who has some degree of wisdom. Now this person knows all about these 4 stages. He guides them in a very gentle, peaceful manner, trying to reform them. After that, that soul is born as a transcendental soul, where he is able to bring changes at a mass level. All these souls multiplied many times. And finally, that soul is born at an infinite stage, where he or she chooses to take his or her birth by their own wish, just to help these people out. So next we'll talk about mind. So our mind has 3 main components. One is the conscious mind, subconscious mind, and superconscious mind. So we are going to deal with this topic extensively in the next lecture in a much better manner. So I'll just give a short summary. See, this is what we mostly use, conscious mind. So when I asked you to do some meditation, I was hoping that some of you tap into the subconscious mind, so that whatever I say goes and sits there. See, whenever you watch a movie, you like some parts of the movie. After a 3-hour movie, maybe I will ask you a question, what you liked. Everybody will give a different answer. Why? Because what they have liked, only that has gone and is sitting here. What you don't like comes here and is thrown off. The last part of the mind is superconscious mind, which is 2%. So that is like, you can say, an internet connection. That is your connection to the universe. If you can tap into this, you can get energy from the universe, ideas, things like that. There are many people who simply get ideas. And we say, "Arey, usme to talent hai. That guy has talent. He is just born with it." He is born with it, with the ability to tap into the superconscious mind. So, if you are using only a part of this, you can imagine out of 100%, maybe you are using only 10% or less. This you use, but very rarely. So our objective should be to use as much of the 100% as possible. That will help you realize potential. This is when miracles start happening. So, as I told about you, soul, energy, you have your mind, primarily the subconscious mind, superconscious mind and conscious mind. You have the conscious mind, which are your thoughts, actions, emotions, environment. These keep changing. Okay. You have a good vacation, you watch a good movie, this will be positive. We have to bring a change here. This is the permanent system. So all this energy gets reflected in your aura, in the energy body, and then finally gets reflected also in your physical body. So whenever there is a negative pattern, you get a negative outcome. And correspondingly, when you are able to get a positive pattern here, you will get a positive pattern here. So what is aura? So aura is the energy body. So you can have ideally 7 layers around you with a small bubble for conscious mind aura. So anything positive or negative comes through your aura layers and then converts into particles into your body. So you have the option of making some changes in the energy body and then having it reflected in the particle or the matter, physical body. So this is just an example of what aura photo looks like. Different colors show different energies. Light colors show positive energies. So we'll talk about this in the third topic in detail. So this is just an introduction for you to understand what aura looks like. Okay. So what is karma? Can anybody define karma? Any volunteer? Very simple definition. Yeah.
Action.
Action. Yeah.
Whatever good deeds or bad deeds you do, could be your karma.
Yeah, excellent.
It's a reaction.
It's
Past
a reaction.
action, present
Has a
reaction.
reaction, yes. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, you are right. So, you can say karma is like an action which is maybe incomplete. It is an incomplete lesson or an incomplete transaction. Now, for example, when the program is over, you hire an auto rickshaw and you go home. So maybe the ideal charge is around 100 rupees. But the auto notices that you are in a hurry and he can make a cut. So he asks you 150 rupees. So you have another commitment after this, you don't want to miss this. So okay, you end up giving 150 rupees. So auto has done a wrong transaction of 50 rupees. What will happen to this 50 rupees? He owes it to you.
Yeah, he will have to pay it.
Excellent.
Pay it back, repay.
And pay normally
In any form.
or in any form with interest. Right? So that 50 rupees can become something more because he has to repay it after several times. Right? Now that's a very simple transaction. 50 rupees, maybe if you pardon him in your heart, maybe his karma can get cleared. Now imagine 3 partners opening business. Each of them put 10 crores each. They have wonderful profit. The total money, instead of 30 crores, it becomes 50 crores. A, B, C we can call them. Now C runs away with all the money, 50 crores. Now what would happen? A and B are left totally without money. So what would happen in that case? Maybe A's family suffers. Somebody has to go to hospital, do something, an urgent operation, they don't have money. B's child has to go to college and he has saved money for that admission. That admission cannot happen now. He has to go to a maybe lesser college with lesser fees and things like that. So even one transaction can have multiple effects. So when you are swindling somebody of 30 crores or whatever, 10 crores each, you are not just taking the money. There is emotional part attached, the trouble that they face, the sufferings that A and B have and their families. So one transaction can have multiple connections at multiple levels. Okay. So action is good or essential karma, reaction is bad karma. When you are coming in the morning, rushing to reach here by 9 o'clock, and there are a lot of drivers in the way who are not driving properly. We feel nice to call them names. That is a reaction, that is a bad karma. Okay. So karma is linked, say, with people, place and time. So those people will continuously come in your life again and again, over a period of life, till you are able to clear the transaction properly. Right? Sometimes ignorance or lack of action can also lead to karma. Right? You go to a hospital and you don't know that there are a set of rules to be followed. You do something wrong. So that's an ignorance karma that has a lesser effect than what you do consciously. Okay. So what we have to do is we have to heal present and past karma and come into a system that doesn't create a lot of new karma. Create something positive, because that should help you in your aspects of life. So now the topic, chakras. So who are we? We have a mind, we think, we communicate. Mostly we like to communicate one way, where we expect people to listen to us. We have a heart, a lot of emotions. We have willpower, personality. We have relationships, big families, friends. We have very basic needs, 50 crore bungalow, 2-3 cars, holidays. In addition, we have what we can say an angelic quality. So all this put together are your chakras. Right? So each of these aspects are governed by chakras. So chakras are small, minute energy centers located at different points in your body. So these basic needs or material desires, they are stored in a chakra called root chakra. So your ability to be an angel or connect with the universe is located in crown chakra. Thoughts, mind chakra. Communication is in throat chakra along with the emotions. So heart, positive healing energy. Compassion, willpower, personality, that is in Manipur chakra, solar plexus, and relationships in sacral chakra. So we'll understand them one by one. So what is a crown chakra? So if you understand, this system of chakras is directly connected to astrology, numerology as well. Right? So crown chakra is located at the top of the head like a crown. The color that we see in the aura is purple or violet. It governs for spirituality, cosmic connect or innovation. Okay, the planet is sun, element is ether, and spiritual karma is stored here. Right? So the challenge, what we have seen is, a lot of people have this in them. Can you see a lot of purple in the aura? So that is the potential of his crown chakra. feels quite strong now, but he is not able to take it inside because it is blocked by this orange color. So it is like you are having something very precious with you, which you are carrying with you all the time, only waiting to be tapped into, and you don't even know you have it. Right? This is the energy he can gain, these are the ideas he can gain. Can you see how big this is? Yeah. So now we'll go to the next chakra called mind. Number 2, color in aura, indigo or dark blue. So these are actually colors of the rainbow, Vibgyor. Right? So mind covers mind, thoughts, intuition, planet is moon. Thought karma is stored there. So if your neighbor suddenly gets a lot of money, what is the first thought we have? Good for him. Very good. The thought generally I would have is, isko kaise mil gaya? How did he get it? He doesn't seem so capable. Must have been, doing something dubious. So I have attached a thought karma with that transaction. It is located above eyebrows here. Okay. So the pattern what we have seen is, because of our education, even I did an MBA and I am an engineer, excess logical thinking is what we do. The element of faith or belief or the right brain, the emotion linked brain, it goes down. Okay. And as a result, the chakra is blocked. Other pattern what we see is, simply we'll be thinking, worrying. All the time our brain is working furiously. So the chakra is supposed to oscillate at a frequency. It is oscillating 10 times at that frequency and giving you multiple thoughts. So what will happen? See, this is the power of the mind. Can you see how many thoughts are running parallelly? One after the other. Now these worries, will they go anywhere? Where will the worries go? They will go in the body. And that will lead to sickness. Then what you will do? You will go and treat the body. Then after 6 months, this will again affect the body. Then what will you do? You will change your doctor. What will the next doctor do? Treat the body. Unless you treat this, unless you first find out what is wrong, there is no point in treating the body. Right? I have seen many people having recurrent medical problems. I also had mild spondylitis. A doctor gave a very nice diagnosis. You work in the IT industry, you are always at the laptop. So you are sitting in incorrect posture. So partly that is right. But I had stress also in my throat chakra. So like this, these patterns can affect the body. Now you see, I have zoomed in the face right now. Can you see a block here? Something like a circular block. Many people have this. Mind chakra is blocked because of excessive thinking. And then we complain, yaar, dimag nahi chal raha. Mind is not working. Why is mind not working? Because we have got 10,000 thoughts in 1 second. Most of them worries, negative patterns picked up from Times news channels, all of them, newspapers. So we have few positive people like Mary. Throat chakra, color light blue. Number 3, communication, listening. This is very important. Listening and a lot of emotions, saved here. So what happens when suddenly we are overcome with emotions? Can anybody speak? No. The reason is, it is linked. When emotions become too much, your communication is hampered. Right? Planet Mercury, element ether, emotional or speech karma is saved here. So all the people who curse, have a challenge here. It is located in the middle of throat. And how is this chakra blocked? By karmic emotions or aggressions. Chakra is blocked. So I will give you an example. Now you see light blue color. That is the color of the throat chakra. Can you see the potential here? Isn't that the dominating effect? So this person has the ability to be a very good communicator. he can take his career way ahead. In an aura, this part is past, on the body is the present, and this is the future energy trend. So if you see, his energy has come from the future almost to the present. Can he benefit from this? Yes or no? Yes, he can benefit? Obviously, no. Why? Because if you see his throat, see, I have not seen the block there. So again, see.